Hi, Mrs. Choi. Thank you for meeting with me today.
Thank you for having me.
I wanted to take this time to discuss Zane's instructional plan so we're on the same page. Okay, I'd like to go over Zane's FSA scores in reading and math as well as this year's FAIR assessment. The FAIR assessment is a norm reference test, and what that means, that means that it's a norm reference test, so it is like the percentage of the individual child, and the FSA test is a criterion test, and that's based around the whole state. Okay? So FAIR just stands for the Florida Assessment in Reading. It's a norm reference test that is aligned with the Florida standards, and it utilizes as a screening and diagnostics tool that provides reliable information to the teacher. Okay. There are different parts of the FAIR assessment. It consists of 3 general screening tasks. The first one is word recognition, and that's the student's ability related to decode and recognize words. The second one is vocabulary knowledge task, which measures the student's recognition of morphological pattern in words, which can generalize to recognition of new words, and the reading comprehension task, which comprehension is to understand. Okay. Once the 3 tasks are completed, a probability of literacy success score will be generated. The student scoring below 0.85 will be prompted to continue into the diagnostic assessment portion, and that comprises of the syntactic knowledge. They will have the students listen to sentences, and they get read to, and then they have to select from the drop-down menu which 3 words best complete each sentence. It's like a multiple choice. Okay. The combination of task and the screening, you have the word recognition, vocabulary knowledge, reading comprehension, and the syntactic knowledge. And the diagnostic assessment will create a full profile of the student's reading ability. Now we're going to go into Zane's test scores. So for the FAIR is given 3 times a year. Okay, and it's based upon where he's at. Okay, so Zane scored in the 88th percentile, which means that in word recognition, which means that he scored higher than 88% of the students taking the test. In vocabulary knowledge, he was in the 36th percentile, which means he scored better than 36% of the students taking the FAIR testing. Reading comprehension and syntactic knowledge, he was in the 12th percentile, and that tells us that he was better than 12%. Not where I want him to be, but we're going to get him somewhere. Okay, so Zane's results compared to the Florida average overall. Okay, the Florida average score for word recognition is 641, so that's the Florida average. He scored a 771, which is above average, and that's great. Okay, so vocabulary knowledge, the average score is a 592. He scored a 558, not bad at all, really close. Reading comprehension, the average score for Florida is a 604, and he scored a 461. It's slightly below where I want him to be, but we're going to work on it. Okay? Any questions?
Not so far.
Okay. So now we're going to go into the FSA, which is a criterion reference assessment. It's a standardized test administered to the students statewide, so everybody in the state takes this test. The assessment is based on different achievement levels from 1 to 5, and I'll explain a little bit more of that in detail later on. Okay, so the FSA has 2 parts: ELA, which is English Language Arts Reading, and Math. So the ELA, it has different parts within that, and that's key details and ideas, craft and structure, and integration of knowledge and ideas, language and editing, and then in math, operation algebraic thinking and numbers in base 10, numbers and operation and fractions, measurement and data, and geometry, total standard grouping. So different parts in each subject.
Right.
Okay. Now, for Zane, in English Language Arts, he is at an achievement level 1. Not where we want him to be, but I know that we can see growth in him. We're going to push him to make gains. Okay, so he scored a 299 in at a level 1 in ELA, which is English Language Arts. In math, he scored a 332, which is an achievement level 3. Okay, now I'm going to tell you about the different levels. Okay, so level 1 is highly likely substantial support for the next grade. Okay, 2 is below satisfactory, 3 is satisfactory, proficient is 4, and mastery is 5. We like to have all of our kids at least a level 3. If we look back at his 6th grade, he scored a 299. In each level, there's a low, medium, and high. Okay, so Zane scored a 299, and it ranges from 259 to a 308 for level 1. So he was super close to getting a level 2.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind we can't get him to a level 2.
Great.
So we're going to work really hard in the English.
Okay.
Mathematics, he was at a 332. So if we look right here, we're going to go to level 3 because that's what he's on. He was at a 332, which is about midway. So you have 325 to 338 is in the level 3 range. So he's at a 332, which is really good.
Mm-hmm.
We want to get him over here to level 4.
Okay.
So we're going to try to make gains and progress his ability, okay? Even though he's doing good in math.
Good.
We want him to be better. So state and district comparison. So in Polk County, you have the mean scale is at a 325. Okay, Zane scored a 299, which is slightly below average, but we're going to work on that and get him better. Zane's math score was a 332, and the state average for math is a 324, which shows right here.
Okay.
Okay, which tells us he's above average in math, which is great, but we're still going to work to make gains.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. So we're going to accommodate Zane in the classroom, and in order for us to make sure that there is progress and there is gains, I'd like to put him in a small group setting and work one-on-one or one with just 3 in a group. I've made a printout for you to take home, and it is going to show you exactly what I want to do in the classroom, okay? And basically what I want him to do is have one-on-one time in a small group, either one, okay? And I want to work on his vocabulary knowledge. I'd like to show him visuals. So at home, I'd like you to show him visuals as well to match up with the vocabulary words. So we're working with him on his vocabulary knowledge. That's basically it. If you can work at home with him and reading 30 minutes a night would be great. That would help him. If he has questions about words and he needs help with the definition of them, maybe help him with that. And on my end, I'll help him as well. We're going to work really hard to help him make gains. And I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you so much.